Hey, howdy, friends. It's Steve DePaul here with the Rose Realty team with this week's real estate vlog for North Texas. Hey, before we get started, like you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/at moving to Dallas. You see it here on the screen. Thank you, and we appreciate you. For that, you'll get updates about vlogs, recordings, postings, whatever that we do on our channel. No charge to you. We just really appreciate it. Hey, look, this week I was supposed to do a market update. I figured I'm going to put that off a little bit, maybe to the first week of next year. That's unfortunately only a couple weeks away. But what I decided to do this week is a vlog of reaching out during the holidays. Now, I love this time of year. I love the holidays. But it got me thinking. We were in a group this morning, and it kind of got me thinking that the holidays aren't for everybody. You know, there are people out there, especially right now, over the last couple of years, that are kind of really suffering and need our help. And those of us that can reach out and really can help our fellow human being. Some people kind of wonder, what can I do? What can I get involved in? This doesn't have to be anything big. I mean, you don't have to get a $1 million grant going or anything like that. It's the small things that really count in life, right? And so I thought that this week I give a list of like maybe 5 things that we all can do to help our fellow man or our fellow human being during these holiday last couple holiday months of the year. So gather warm clothing. Hey, look, even here in North Texas, okay, even though we had a really blazingly hot summer, okay, there are people that are gonna be out in the elements and in shelters and in those kinds of things that are just cold and need a little bit of warmth, right? Hopefully they're in a shelter. Hopefully they've got heat in the shelter, et cetera, et cetera. But as they venture out to maybe try to scrape together a few bucks, maybe they're on a corner, panhandling or whatnot. They still need to be warm. Okay, so gather warm clothing, scarves and gloves and hats and jackets and those kinds of things. Okay, hey, the 3 most important things that the shelters say they need at this time of year are socks, gloves, and coats. So if you've got any of those laying around, or you want to go out and buy some, and donate them and give them to a shelter, that'd be fantastic. But gather warm clothing. Let's keep people, warm during this season. A volunteer. You could spend some time at a soup kitchen or a homeless shelter or something like that. Also, in our area here in North Texas, we have the Salvation Army, we have CCA, we have the Tarrant County Food Bank. Now they get a lot of donations during this time of year. Okay, of clothing and food and all that kind of stuff. And so CCA, for example, sells this stuff at you'll give them your clothes. We've particularly given a lot of stuff over the years to CCA, and what they do is take those items, whether they're clothes or a chair or a couch or whatever, and they sell them at a discount to somebody. They get them for free, and then they sell them, and they take that money, and then they run their operation, and they give the money to the homeless, et cetera, et cetera. And so, but they need somebody during this time of year when they're getting all these donations in to kind of stock the shelves or to put cans on the shelf. And same thing with the Tarrant County Food Bank. Okay, they get a lot of donations this time of the year, and they need people to go and stock shelves and kind of run the store operations and those kinds of things. And you can be a volunteer. You can stock shelves for a day. You can unload trucks for a day. Don't hurt your back, but you can volunteer for a day at any one of these places. hey, you can create and distribute care packages. You know, so you talk to homeless shelters and Salvation Army and CCA and all those kinds of people. They need toiletries. They need non-perishable food, socks, like I said, personal hygiene products like soap, deodorant, those kinds of things. And you can put together a little. You can put together a little. Kind of care package, if you will. I knew somebody when I was a consultant traveling. I knew somebody that constantly took the little soaps and the little shampoos and stuff. And I kind of thought, well, geez, that's strange. This guy's making a lot of money and whatever. And it turns out that this guy was taking this and kind of gathering it up. And then once a month, because he traveled like every week during a month, he would gather it up and take a box of these little shampoos and whatever, and take them to a homeless shelter or take them to the local Salvation Army or whatever. And I thought, wow, that's okay. So it's you're taking it from the Holiday Inn or the Marriott or something like that. But they made a point to do this anyway. So you create these care packages, socks and toiletries and those kinds of things. Take them to Salvation Army, take them to CCA, so they can distribute to people that are in need, that really need it, at this time of year. Offer to help with home repairs and chores. There are people out there. It's not just the elderly. There's the guy down the block who lost his job a year ago. And maybe his house is in foreclosure or pre-foreclosure, or maybe they're just hanging on it by a string. And there's a leak in the roof or a broken window or something like that. Offer to help. Offer to do. Don't get up on a ladder and hurt yourself. But offer to help, offer to say, hey, I noticed you had some shingles or something like that, or loosened, or window that's cracked. Hey, at a minimum, maybe you could put some plastic up or something like that, or some plexiglass or something to keep the wind and to keep the cold out during the winter months we got coming up here. Host a fun raiser or donation drive. This is actually could be a lot of fun. Okay, so if you think of all your friends, okay, you got so many friends, and you say, hey, why don't you come on over tonight? Okay, I'm gonna make a big old pot of spaghetti, or I'm gonna make a big old lasagna or something like that. And why don't you come on over? But in order, so the price of entry is as a toy or food or some canned food, or coats or socks or gloves or something like that. And then go run out to like your Home Depot, your Lowe's, or your U-Haul store or something like that, and get a box. Get 10 boxes. And then just start, just dividing it up and splitting it up. It could be, number one, a lot of fun, because you've got during this time of year, you got a lot of community action going on. You kind of network with your friends, but at the same time, you're doing good, and you're putting together these boxes that now you're going to take to CCA, or you're going to take to the Salvation Army or something like that, and say, hey, this is a your local homeless shelter. This is a box of toiletries or food, or something like that. It can, number one, be a lot of fun with your friends, but it also can really mean something to somebody else. In today's environment, in today's community, we really need to stick together. It's a mess out there. There's I don't care what the government numbers say. There's a lot of unemployment. There's a lot of people who can't find work. There's a lot of people who are in need and kind of down on their luck, and that kind of thing. And those of us that can help, I think, should step up and help. So if any of these things kind of appeal to you, I'd say, hey, go out there, go for it. Let us know what you do. I mean, seriously, get back to us. Send me an email. I like to tell these stories maybe beginning of next year. Hey, one of my listeners did a group thing where they put together care package. They put together 50 care packages. Send me an email. Send me a note. Let us know what's going on, because I like to kind of report back to everybody to see that we are doing some good things out there, and we are helping those people that need it. Next week, I'm going to stick to the plan. Next week, it's going to be how long does it take to buy a house? That's going to be a vlog for next week. People are kind of asking questions about, I think they're kind of getting ready for next year. And they say, how long would it take me to buy a house? Okay. What's the process? And so we're going to cover that next year. This is Steve. I am with the Rose Realty team. Hey, go out there and do something good. See ya.